as crazy as it all is to do all that stuff for a tailgate, I just can't speak. It's gonna be one of those videos. I'm not going to be able to speak throughout this video. It's gonna be great.
Expensive too. Yeah, we had to ask. It's fun actually. Interesting technology. Go baby, go! Go baby, go! Go baby, go! Go baby, go! Come back. There you go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Los Angeles Bias. As usual, I'm your host, Russell, here at the University of Southern California. And, you know what? I'm still tired. I am still just exhausted from just the previous game's events. It's been a long couple of days. But you know what? Before I jump into the stats, the score, any of the analytics, anything like that, let's go ahead and let's talk about the fun stuff. And I'm talking about the pregame. And my oh my, did we have a pregame. So shout out to all the special guests in this episode. I'm going to try and name off a lot of them, whether it be the USC Nikkei board members, the JSA, which is Japanese Student Association, the JES, the Japanese Exchange Student Supporters, and all my great friends, whether it be Becky, Josh, who's just total bro, Rio, who's my grand in Nikkei, and just all the other people I'm sure I'm forgetting. Oh, shout out to Keg Standing Moms. I guess you'll see that in a second. But just what an amazing couple of days it's been. Just here, check out this footage from our tailgate. I'll see you in a little.
It's a beautiful sight.
I have to film the whole thing. It's gonna be hella dang.
I'm Josh Peterson, football expert, Utah, trash team.
Trash.
We're gonna win by 22 and a half. We're gonna 22-point win today.
There it is.
There it is. Hear it first.
You know, as crazy as it all is to just, you know, do all the things that go into making a tailgate, into throwing a tailgate, which believe me, when you're throwing it for like 3 clubs or 4 clubs and anybody else who decides to show up, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. But as crazy as that all is, I may never get tired of it. It's just so much fun before you even get to the game. And I love the game, but it's just so much fun to make these amazing memories with so many great friends, family, making new friends, you know, expanding my already just massive family. And it's just an amazing experience. If you have never been to a tailgate, if you've never been to a USC tailgate, I suggest you fix that. You should come to my last one towards the end of the season. But on that note, let's go ahead. Let's jump into the game. And whew, that was something. That was such a debacle of a game. It really was a tale of two halves. You know, I think we're gonna go ahead and call this episode Tale of Two Halves. So if you saw that in the thing before the video, then yeah, Tale of Two Halves. Let's go with that. Because my oh my, the first half Trojans versus the second half Trojans, it was a completely different team, completely different. In the first half, USC scored 1 touchdown as opposed to Utah's 3 touchdowns. I mean, it was just weird. If you would have told me the end of the first half would end in 21-7, I would have said, okay, yeah, that makes sense. The Trojans should be up 21-7 at the first half, not the other way around. And it just, but then the second half, USC goes off. Sam Darnold looks like Sam Darnold. Our running game looks like our running game. Our defense looks like our defense. And we hold the Utah Utes to just 6 points as we go ahead and score 21. The second half of this game is how the USC Trojans should have been playing the entire year, should have been playing this entire game. I don't know if that means a switch has been flipped and your and my USC Trojan are going to go ahead and play like this for the remainder of the year. I sure hope so, because it will keep me looking youthful, because I swear I lost another 5 years of my life from this game. But all that matters is that we had that second half and that we came away with the win. So let's go ahead. Let's talk about some of the stats because, I mean, the game lies within the stats because when Sam Darnold does well, USC does extremely well. Sam Darnold, 358 yards. I think he had over 400 yards on the day because he had a couple of great runs, kind of like this one.
Let's go, Sam. Go, Sam. Go, Sam.
And 3 touchdowns, no interceptions for the first time this year. I mean, a little shout out to whatever Utah DB that was who just handed Sam just the opportunity. Like, Sam was just like, oh, here, take the ball. And he was like, no, thank you. I don't want it. So thank you for that. But Sam kind of had 2 fumbles, one of which wasn't really his fault. He had 2 fumbles on RPOs, run pass options, one of which was just a very, very sloppy handoff between him and Rojo. My coach used to say to our quarterbacks back in high school, if you ever have doubts, just give the ball to the running back. Don't pull it late and cause a fumble. Just give it to the running back. It's their job to just get hit. And he pulled it way too late, caused a fumble, gave Utah the ball. And then his second fumble drove me crazy. And here, let's see why. You just cannot handle the ball like that. It was extremely sloppy. It cost USC these 7 points. I mean, that could have been the difference maker in the game. So we're extremely lucky that it didn't really cost us anything in the end. But my heart dropped as soon as this happened. So, but with that, Sam does look like he's back into being kind of like Sam Darnold, which was nice. A lot of people were saying that this was the game where he needed to get back into it, and I think it was a great game for him to get back into it. Once again, 358 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks, but the 2 fumbles. But I think he's gonna work on that. Let's go ahead and let's jump into some of the other stats with this game because, I mean, as amazing as Sam Darnold is, he wasn't going to be as amazing if it weren't for the 3 tight end touchdowns in this game. That's right. I think we've officially dethroned Stanford as tight end university. We threw 3 tight end touchdowns, 2 to Tyler Petit. Just random fight on. It's everywhere. You can't escape it. Fight on. 2 touchdowns to Tyler Petit, 1 touchdown to Josh Fala, who has now caught touchdowns in consecutive games. So fantastic to him. But it's great to see USC using the tight end for more than just a blocker, for more than just a distraction. I really like the use of tight ends. I think they're just massive wide receivers. In a game where our wide receivers were getting blown up, I mean, Deontay Burnett had a pretty good game, 8 receptions for 99 yards. Huge shout out to Deontay Burnett because, I mean, he risked his life for some of these catches. Oh my, this hit right here? And it's hard to just get up from that. That one did not look great. Then Michael Pittman only had 1 catch, but it was this one. And I can tell you that he felt that one this morning, okay? That was a hard hit. But you know what? Shout out to Sam through dispersing the ball pretty evenly around the field, whether it be the 3 tight end touchdowns, getting it to Michael Pittman, getting it to Deontay Burnett, getting it to Tyler Vaughns. It's very nice to see this, have a 3rd wide receiver in there. It was really great to see that. But then the other storyline in this game, which I think would be the main storyline for your USC Trojans if you just eliminate Sam Darnold from the entire equation, is our defense. I said it last episode. I've been starting to say it more and more. This season has become the season of our defense. In a year where everyone was focused on Sam Darnold, everyone was focused on Ronald Jones, everyone was focused on Deontay Burnett, we're now watching our defense hold us in games. When it came down to it, we stopped Utah when we needed to. And when I say we stopped Utah when we needed to, I'm talking about this play right here. That's right. On a failed 2-point conversion, your USC Trojans were able to defeat the Utah Utes. What a crazy moment in the Coliseum that was. Just because my heart was pounding, everyone's heart was racing. as you saw, the entire crowd just exploded because that was the game right there. Just your USC defense being able to hold the Utah Utes offense when it mattered. Sure, we gave up the 21 points in the first half and that last minute touchdown, but besides that, actually no, the Utes didn't even only got 14 points in the first half off offense because of that Sam Darnold fumble, that scoop and score. So the defense really played their hearts out. But I'm gonna go ahead and do this early as opposed to later when I usually do it. I want to give the Dude of the Day award. I'm gonna go ahead and grab it right here to someone who's already gotten it this year, but I don't mind giving out repeats. To Cameron Smith. Here again is your Dude of the Day award. I mean, geez, you've been using this thing a lot, using your helmet, because with 16 tackles and an interception, that's right, 16 tackles. That is absurd. There are a lot of starting like linebackers who don't get 16 tackles in 4 games, let alone 1. Plus an interception. He now has 4 interceptions against Utah. 4 interceptions against a single team. That's fantastic. But with those insane stats, the leader of your USC Trojans defense earns his, I believe, second Dude of the Day award. If you ever would like to claim your prize, or for that matter, anybody who I've given the Dude of the Day award to, you know where to find me. Besides that, I think talking about Rojo is definitely in order because Utah was definitely able to hold him. It's been a talking point this entire week. Utah has a great run defense. They were able to hold Bryce Love for a little bit, but then frankly, not even the USC Trojans have been able to hold Bryce Love for an entire game. But Utah's run defense, their linebackers, their D linemen, they are really good, and they proved it in this first half. There was nothing down the middle for Ronald Jones. And with Stephen Carr still out with a foot injury, Ronald Jones had everything placed on his shoulders. So with 17 attempts, 111 yards, and 1 touchdown, and was it a touchdown? Oh my God, was it a touchdown? He now has a streak of 13 consecutive games with a touchdown, which I believe is tied for the most in the nation. But he had this amazing 360-degree touchdown. Which just knocked the socks off everyone in the Coliseum. I mean, you should see what it did to my grand. Believe me, she was okay. It was okay. Rio is okay. But I think we all had a reaction similar to that after that touchdown, which effectively, won USC the game. Ronald Jones, he really carried the weight. Very slow half. Like I said, Utah was holding up the middle, pretty tough. We got him involved in the passing game, which was extremely important.
Let's go, Rojo!
He has turned out to be an amazing receiving running back. I love seeing that. I do think this game may be a bit of a turning point. I think this Utah team is a little underrated considering they were unranked, but they put up a fight against Stanford. They put up fights throughout the year, and I think they're going to win many more games throughout the season. I think this is a turning point. If we play like the second half throughout the rest of the year, we have a great chance of going undefeated, Pac-12 South champions, Pac-12 champions, hopefully the Rose Bowl, which is a playoff game this year, and who knows, a lot of people love bashing on the USC Trojans. Never look at USC Twitter during a game, because I swear to God, you're gonna think that USC is the worst team in history or something like that, because wow, our fans are spoiled. I am spoiled being a USC fan, because if anything bad happens, wow, we just talk a lot of crap on Twitter. But for now, goal is to be Pac-12 South champs. Our next game is against Notre Dame. I'm not gonna lie, I am nervous. Although I believe we are currently ranked 2 or 3 spots above them. I believe it came out today that they are a 3-point favorite. It is in South Bend, so it is at Notre Dame, which is an extremely difficult place to play. But with that, your USC Trojans did win this weekend, which means we're gonna go ahead and put on the fancy USC Trojans victory hat. Oh, and if you weren't wondering, yes, I am wearing more USC stuff. Always gotta wear USC stuff throughout the game. UCLA got rocked by Arizona, and their apparent running back that they have playing quarterback right now, he had like another 300 yards on the ground or something insane like that. But can't wait for homecoming now to see what we do against him. But Notre Dame had a bye week, so unfortunately we can still not put on the perfect weekend glasses. I look forward to doing that in the future. Maybe this next weekend when USC travels up to South Bend and hopefully kicks Notre Dame's butt. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Los Angeles Bias. I will see you all next week. Fight on and beat the Irish. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Los Angeles Spies as your A Tale of Two Halves. Because if you would have seen the first half USC Trojans and put them against the second half Utah Trojans, good one. I'm gonna try this again. Any of that stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and get to the things that the fun. I just broke. Whoa, that was scary.